Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Caesar, Lord of Rome. We've got about half the continent conquered, another half to go. The war with Mongolia is open. I think Poland shall be next. Now, they have denounced me, so I have plenty of time to declare my Golden Age war. Generally though, things are going fine. I got no issues. I got my railroads coming up. I got my cities linked up to the network. We're playing defense. We're building up our economy still. Most of my effort is going towards the war effort though. Like realistically, that's kind of everything is this war over here. Well, not even just this, or just the war front in general with Poland and Mongolia. Now, I definitely have to kill Mongolia fairly early here. One big reason for that is that they are going to have a dominant religion over me, potentially. I got a lot of Buddhism here. And that's their religion, so I need to kill them before they get a dominant religion over me, before I kill the rest of the players in the game. Because if I get their religion as a dominant, and they're the last player I kill, they will get a religion victory. So, you know, I gotta be prepared for that fact. I gotta be prepared for that eventuality, and I am more than prepared to deal with that eventuality. So the city of Kashgar has been annihilated in a single turn. Hopefully get a level up on this guy though. Okay, promotion available. We didn't do much pillaging there, but we can get a lot of pillaging done on the next one. Now, unfortunately, the city of Lublin is a little bit better defended, but we are going to go ahead and declare a Golden Age war. We still have this Golden Age war capability for quite a while. Another 79 turns, believe it or not, which is more than enough. Now, one thing I'm worried about, what is the combat strength of a winged hussar? Probably not enough to kill my artillery. So I'm probably fine to push aggressively with artillery. Artillery and tanks are modern era, so I would really like a modern era general. I'm getting 55 points per turn. Could I speed that up a little? Probably could with some repairs and boosts and all that stuff. Because a general would really help me out. Right, let's start blasting Lublin. Now, the war on Poland should be a little bit slower, but we do have a flight now, which is quite nice. We can potentially get down an aerodrome somewhere. Where would I put it? Probably in the city of Puteoli. Get a 6-turn aerodrome. Kill that lumber mill there. Well, I guess honestly growth doesn't matter that much at this late stage of the game, so I'll put the aerodrome down here on these farms. And that should mean we can start getting some airplanes with all this gold we're getting. Okay, I do have the capability of getting a supply convoy in the front line. I think I would like to have 2 of those. And I also want an observation balloon. This will be most of my cash to get these 2 units. But the reason that we want an observation balloon is because it grants +1 range to siege class units within 1 hex. So these 2 range artillery that can shoot like 1-2 tiles, they'll be able to shoot an extra tile, which is a 50% increase in their range. Not insignificant, and it lets them shoot over mountains and stuff like that in certain cases. So let's make our way towards bombers and fighters with advanced flight. These are just like the better upgraded units. Quite good to get. If I could get a biplane or 2 out before I actually get advanced flight, that would be nice. I don't know if I will be able to do that, but it would be ideal. There's not much I can do in the city of Panama. I might just recruit builders and do that sort of thing. A lot of these cities that I've captured just aren't really developed enough, and the game speed is too slow for them to really do too much. The good news is we are getting an absurd, and I mean absurd, amount of pillages going off here. So I think 3 tank armies for the south alongside 3 artillery armies, and then 4 artillery armies and 3 tank armies to the north should do the trick. God, I have such a hankering to play like a Legend of Zelda game. Like you have no idea, and I don't know where it came from. I just really want to play a Zelda game. So quick tip with the observation balloon is this, right? Look at that range. Really, really good range. We can shoot over all the obstacles, obliterate the city's combat strength, take our promotions, hit the city with our tanks. Let me double check if there's any key. Oh, that is a commercial hub. Which city does that belong to? That belongs to the city of Wrocław. We don't care. What about you? Lublin. And we take the city. Boom. Lublin is ours. We will, of course, keep the city. Loyalty is high. Perfect. All right, let's keep this pillage train a-rolling. Kind of awkward terrain here. The perfect kind of terrain where you'd really want to have a railroad built, but my railroad is starting to catch up, right? It's all the way back here, so it's not too far away from the front line. We're building 3 tiles per turn. So as long as my army doesn't advance faster than 3 tiles per turn, I'll get my railroad up here. It could be worth it to have walked my engineers. I might try to get my engineers as far along as they can get, but we're building a railroad at a reasonable pace, I would say. Let's grab ourselves the supply convoy. The supply convoy is really, really important. So the observation balloon allows your artillery to shoot further. The supply convoy allows them to move further. So it increases their effective movement speed from 2 to 3, and it also gives them extra healing. Lots and lots of healing. Plus 20 healing for player units within one tile. And then the really important thing about artillery units getting extra movement is A, they're able to move through dangerous terrain and still retain a movement action, which is important because if an artillery unit has more than 2 movement points maximum, they can move and shoot without having to get the move and shoot promotion. So quite a powerful interaction there between the supply convoy, observation balloon, and all that stuff. So let's get you to there. We'll get you to there. We'll get you to there, and we'll put the obs balloon there, and supply convoy will go to here. Actually, obs balloon is better off. Yeah, I could buy a supply convoy in a turn or two. You go there. You go there. Blast Ratsrav. Capture that tile. Any mines? I don't see any mines. We could pillage campuses. Not that I care. I'll steal a builder for sure. Poland's building the Big Ben. Kind of wish they'd already built it. Would have liked that extra card. Wrocław is under siege. Pillage, pillage, pillage. Loving the pillages. We're 2 techs away from fascism, which will be a major upgrade. Right, begin the bombardment anew. It's a new turn, a new day. And that's all she wrote for this city. I'm going to be getting myself a nice chunk of cash. And with that cash, I'll buy myself a supply convoy, of course. I forgot to pillage the commercial hub, but we'll get around to it. It happens. Good news, we can get into position to start the bombardment of Karalbalga soon. You go there, bring the supply convoy to there, bring the observation balloon to there, you shoot there, you shoot there. Bring the supply convoy back a tile and you're in position now. Perfect. The city's in really bad shape, which is excellent for me. Doing our little leapfrog technique to get 3 railroads built a turn. You don't have to do it that way, I just find it's the most efficient way. Radio is completed, which I'm quite happy about. That's the aluminum. Oh, did we actually find any aluminum? Aluminium over here, so we need a builder for that. I think I sent a builder over here, but look how fast this builder can get here. He can get here in 7 turns. Like, that is so much further away than 7 turns worth of movement. It should have taken him like dozens of turns. Because of the railroads we built, we have a lot of flexibility. Make sure we pillage these. Krakow's next. And you can see none of these guys can basically shoot at Krakow, but if I bring the supply convoy over, now this guy can shoot, and then if I bring the observation balloon over a tile, now they should, all 3 of these guys should be able to blast the city of Krakow, and then we should be able to make good on our offensive. Can't quite kill it this turn, but we were close. Here we go, this should be the end. Go ahead and pillage that, kill. Now Xanadu will be next. Get my little obs balloon over so I can hit it. A 1 blast to finish things off. Who will level from this? This guy will level from attacking the city, so... Oh, he was just shy, actually. Oh, did I have the wrong guy? Oh, you would have leveled. All right. Had the wrong guy selected. It happens. It's not the end of the world. Kill that trader. Bring you up. Double shot Gniezno. Pillage that for health. Poland's in bad shape. They've been taken down a peg. They're down to 100 science per turn, and we're starting to snowball off our assault. Right, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And can you reach the city as well? Perfect. Xanadu has already fallen. I might just leave Coqueta and capture it by loyalty and just keep pushing to the north and west. Seems totally reasonable to me. When Rome's empire gets big, these trade routes get really effective actually. Like some of these are like 18 gold, depending on how far away the internal trade route is. I think the whole design of Rome as a civ kind of feels like a win more civ. A lot of their bonuses only matter if you're kind of already winning the game. Can we kill the city? Not quite. That'll fall next turn. I don't know. I don't love the design of Rome. Rome is a strong and powerful civ, like by, every informed opinion ever would have that take. But I don't know if that means I like them or not. Al-Malik is getting blasted. We did find Yosemite. That's 2 games in a row that I've actually found Yosemite. Quite rare that I find the same natural wonder twice in a game. Oh, you don't have enough movement to kill that. Could have killed that this turn. Just about. Unlucky. Slightly behind on tempo. Partially because I don't have these railroads up yet. If I was able to railroad directly into my opponent's territory, that's when things get spooky. That's when things get real juicy. Ideology, I don't think I need to change anything with ideology. I'm perfectly happy with my current setup. Maybe I could plug in 5-year plan and then I would be tempted. I don't care about gunboat diplomacy, to be honest with you. At this point, I don't really care about yields in general. We already have the military that we need to conquer the world. All right, let's go for the By the Gods, which I know is not the name of the city, but that is what it looks like to my small Latin alphabet brain. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a boom and a boom. Time for a little bit of fascism, baby. 6 turns from now and we'll have that bad boy. We'll also get to work on a biplane, with the production of this eventually getting invested into a fighter. It's good to get it started now. 12 to 13 turns on that bad boy. And I do think it would be reasonable to plug in colonial taxes now. We will get a little bit of production, a little bit of gold out of that, and it'll make any of these newly conquered cities to be kind of effective, actually. Can I scoot you across here, scoot you there, do this little wiffle waffle, 1 blast on there. That'll be you dead. Perfect. We'll get started on the next city. Can we get in range with an obs balloon? Oh yes, we can. This is the power of the observation balloon and the supply convoy. You could just run between cities and just knock them down in quick succession. I do love it. It's one of my favorite parts of the game. This is what I call the triumvirate. The only thing that's missing here are military engineers to complete the triumvirate. Well, technically the only thing that's missing is anti-aircraft to protect this from air, but usually, you know, against the AI, you don't have to worry about the AI countering your artillery with air, which is the correct counter, in my opinion. That is the correct way to counter what I'm doing here, is to try to get aircraft. Or your own artillery can kind of work, I guess. It depends on how quickly you get them. I know a lot of people really like the railroad update, so like, look at this glorious... There's like a little bit of a spur. I kind of changed my mind. I was going to go and loop like down this way, but I decided to come straight down this way. Yeah, look at that bad boy. We're doing a little loop around the mountain. Just for aesthetic reasons, we're doing a little bit of loop up here. We're going to loop up the Velitrae and then loop back down to Hispalis. We do need to hook up Caracas and a bunch of these other cities to the network, but otherwise the main trunk that goes straight into enemy territory is complete, which means any new things that I'm building, like this tank here, can get really far along to the front line, like quite literally. Like, this unit is in my reinforcement area where I send all my units to be combined, and it's making it all the way to Kristiansand in a single turn, thanks to railroads. Like, just, you know, if any of you were doubting the power of railroads, there you go. Movement multipliers matter. Speaking of movement multipliers, we got our very first frontline railroad. I probably need like another 2 to 3 military engineers. I guess I'll just buy a couple extra with gold. Another artillery army enters the fray. Get that on the railroad so I can get to the front line nice and quick. Speaking of getting to the front line nice and quick, this tank army got to the front line in 2 turns. Jesus. Take the wheel, Jesus. Right, a little bit of artillery action going on over here. You want to take your promotion. Don't want to attack with you. Which of you two is ready for a promotion? You're ready for a promotion, so we'll take the city with you. Warsaw is next. Kaboom. Out of curiosity, how many enemy capitals do I own? I must have like 4, right? If I go to the domination map mode, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 capitals captured, which means I need to capture 3 more. So I have to capture this city over here, this Mayan city, and I have to capture this Chinese city. Is that it? Whose capital do I not have? Ah, China has captured a capital. So by killing China, I will get 2 capitals. Right, so I need to do a little bit of flirping here. You step there. You step here, you step here. We take you to there. This is the diamond formation where both the observation balloon and the supply convoy can hit all 4 of my artillery in a single turn, allowing them to both move and shoot at range 3. Very, very powerful combo. One of the most fun combos to use. And it's always a delight for me to be able to show it to people and blow their minds, and then they go off and they do it themselves. Like, I can't believe I didn't play that. How did I play the game wrong? This is a question. This is what people say to me sometimes. Like, I didn't know you could do that. It's like crazy. And I'm very happy to be the one to get to enlighten you and entertain you on this wonderful journey of getting better at Civ 6 that you are all on. But also, some of you guys, I don't even know if some of you guys actually play the game. Some of you guys just watch me play, which is kind of crazy. I always take the attack after moving promotion, even though I don't need it. Because, you know, there are rare opportunities where it might come in handy. We will take the city and we will keep it. This guy did get a promotion. Fantastic. Don't know where my next city conquer is. Don't know if I care. Railroad along the coastline. We'll try to railroad straight up through here or something. There's the Barringer Crater, +3 science, +3 gold, 10% production towards space race projects if you own this tile. Quite nice. Nice little natural wonder there. Now, with the fall of Warsaw, that's basically Poland wiped off the map, and we need to start considering our next avenue of advance. There's something to be said about pushing just straight through this here choke point into China, which I think will be the path of least resistance for us in this game. Now, the interesting thing is China does have a little bit of a military, but I don't think it's anything anywhere nearly competent enough to actually like oppose me. They might be able to put up like a small resistance, but I doubt they'll be able to do anything serious. Norway's begging for peace. I'm happy to take peace from Norway. There's no need to stay at war with him. It's just not necessary. Now, he's super mad at me because I have a ton of grievances with him, which is fine. If he wants to be mad, he can be mad. That's his right. God-given right to be turbo mad. Right, time to denounce our good friend China, and after we denounce him, we can then declare the Golden Age War. And the nice thing about the Golden Age War is that it reduces the amount of grievances that you generate when you declare and do any military action by minus 75%. So normal declaration of war is 100 grievances, Golden Age War is 25. So for every 100 grievances that we would normally generate by going to war, we'll generate 24. So it's a really, really effective and nice way to open a war. Plus, actually, all of these Great Wall tiles, by the way, are they're worth gold. Just in case you didn't know that, that's actually kind of a big deal. Can I pop you forward and then you blast that city and then I pop you backwards? Yeah, the Vatican City. We could liberate the Vatican City. I'm not going to liberate the Vatican City on principle. And it's not on a religious principle. It's on principle of the fact that if you liberate a city, it kicks all your units outside of the city. So we will not be liberating it on that grounds. Now, how far along can I put my trade? Like, can I like trade with my capital from like Al Malik? Kind of curious about that. Like, I know I have the trading post refresh thing. Yeah, this can make it all the way to Romans. We're 20 gold from this path. A little bit of it goes over the non-water, but still, look at that. Especially because I'm suzerain of a Hunza. That adds a ton of extra gold value there. We could kill Ulaanbaatar, but that's going to flip independent on its own. Let's continue to work on the Vatican City. Now, the most important thing here is I pillage all of these delicious Great Wall tiles. Yes, it is necessary. Nay, it is important that I do this. Right, Vatican City has been obliterated. We've pillaged all... Wait, what are you in? Oh, there's more Vatican City tiles to pillage over here. I think that's enough gold. We've got 25k in the bank, so I think we can kill the Vatican City handily. We will keep this city. Now, loyalty will be a bit of a problem in here for a while. This army will continue to go north. We're definitely pushing in a northerly direction, and then we'll sweep west. Once we find those two capitals that China holds, we'll basically try to beeline to Wak Kabnal. I'm still just thinking about the time that I wrote Kek W to a friend of mine who isn't really into internet culture, and when she said it out loud, she said Keku. And I don't know why, but that pronunciation of it just like absolutely killed me. Like the fact that it wasn't Kek W, it was Keku. I don't know why that was so funny, but it was really, really funny to me. So can we kill this city? If we had one more tank, we could kill it. Sadly, we don't have another tank in range, nor do we have another artillery in range either. There is totalitarianism giving us access to fascism as well as third alternative and the martial law. So let's go ahead and immediately plug in fascism. That +5 combat strength is quite nice. We also get +4 era score for doing so. Now, third alternative is a fantastic card here. 80 science, 40 culture from all these tier 3 buildings that we've built. What else should we or could we plug in here? Military research. Propaganda is good. This even lowers our war weariness even lower, so we don't have any amenity problems. We are suffering some amenity problems right now, which is far from ideal. I would say though, being only at minus 10% yields for an empire this big, considering the amount of war we've been doing, is honestly in like a pretty good place. Force modernization feels redundant at this point. I'm going to take logistics because we've upgraded all the units that we need to, and we honestly have so much gold that it doesn't really matter. I would really like to plug in economic union right now, but I don't think I can. We blast this city. Who do we tackle it with? I'll tackle it with you. Okay, goodbye Maya. That's Maya killed, I think. Or Maya was mad. No, sorry. Yeah, Maya was angry that I did this. Pillage this. Go here. Shoot you. Attack you. Position. Need to get this artillery over. This is a fine position, in my opinion. Not ideal, but it's fine. Never let perfect be the enemy of good. So with fascism, our next major military advancement would be to go for professional sports and get stadiums for those amenities to keep our yields high at war. Or else it would be something like... Honestly, at this point, we don't really care about culture for our military. I don't think there is anything that we care about. Like, you could maybe make an argument for resource management to make sure we have enough oil. We have plenty of oil now. I suppose rapid deployment would theoretically allow me to deploy land units between aerodrome districts that have airports. The problem is, how am I going to get an airport at the front line? I'll review the situation. Yiyang. I don't know if we want to kill in this direction. We do want to head towards Xi'an. There's the pyramids. You know, the more I play Civ 6, the more I wish I had an automated builders button. It would just be really nice. It would just be really, really nice to automate builders. Definitely something that I feel like they swing and a missed with this game. I hate them all my enemies. Ah, there we go. Angkor Thom was the original capital of the Khmer. So once I grab that, that'll be another capital under my belt, which is fantastic. Exactly where we want to be. In terms of positioning, can you get forward slightly? You go there, and now we should be able to blast Changsha back to Kingdom Come. Blow that city up. We will have a little bit of a loyalty issue here. This is it's been a while since we've had a loyalty issue, but that's mostly because we've been conquering in a very sensible, circular manner. Now we're kind of, we're beelining certain cities, so we're going to start suffering a little bit of loyalty. It makes sense though, kinda. It's a little illogical of a system. Lovely, so we just unlocked advanced flight, which means this fighter is 3 turns away from being completed. More importantly, I can come down here and start purchasing bombers, +6 era score. And these bombers I can start to relocate to the front line. And those bombers are basically acting like supercharged artillery with like 12 range. Now, there's a kind of a hard limit on the number of them you can bring to the front line, which is, fair enough. We also found Signy. Nice to see you, Signy. Yeah, there's a bit of a limit on how many... Oh, that was not where I meant to take you. But it is where you will live now. We will live with that error, partially because it actually serves my purposes here, because I can blast the capital city. This wasn't how I had planned this turn to go, but it is. I misclick actually somehow miraculously did the correct play. 21 gold to trade with Rome from all the way from the Vatican City, if you're curious. So now that we have that, it would be nice to get jet bombers, which are here. The jet bombers are the natural progression of regular bombers. Quite a bit expensive. But, speaking of bombers, I should actually buy like 3 this turn, if it'll let me. 2, no, it'll only let you do 2. That's fine. If I capture Angkor Thom with this tank will get a level up, which will mean I'll be able to heal it. I need to get rid of these cuirassiers. That cuirassier is dead now. I will keep this city. I'm at 7 out of 9 or 5, sorry, 5, including mine, 6 out of 8 capitals that I need to win the game. We're 2 capital cities away from winning, and that is just Xi'an and Wak Kabnal. Say that 10 times quickly. Wak Kabnal. Ooh, I think we picked up a wildcard policy slot. Could put in oligarchic legacy, not that we need it. Martial law is quite handy. A little bit of extra loyalty, and more importantly, 25% less war weariness. So I think now we have a negative war weariness penalty of, we have 50% plus 15. So we're taking a 65% reduced amount of war weariness, which means we're only taking 35% of war weariness penalties, or we're only generating war weariness at a 35% the normal rate. Probably a more accurate way to say things. My railroads have well and truly caught up with the front line, so we will soon be able to actually use the railroads to maneuver our units into position on the front line, rather than just playing catch up to the front line. Just look how far this artillery can use. With logistics and railroads, you could just go so far. I moved an entire screen. There's an entire screen, my dudes. It's ridiculous. Bombers are quite good at getting to the front line. They can move, I think it's like twice their bombing range or something. There's like 20 tiles they can rebase. So it'll take 2 or 3 turns for them to get to the front line, but they get there reasonably quick. Did I lose suzerainty of Auckland? No, I still have suzerainty of Auckland. Just look at these incredible tiles. You love to see it. So this is the perfect use case of railroad. It allows one of your units to get to a position they wouldn't normally. A railroad didn't exist here this turn, and it allowed this guy to get to this spot with a attack left, with a movement point left. And that should allow us to obliterate Yasoparahura, whatever the city is called. And then we can capture that. Boom. Lovely. We'll keep the city. We'll promote you with route. Xi'an is about to break. We'll take that. Loyalty in here is fine. So now we can kind of beeline basically every unit in this direction towards the Mayans. We're going to go ahead and declare a Golden Age war on Maya right now. That is purely so that we can get this first shot off on their cities. Now, Maya should be maybe potential. I haven't seen what units they have rolling around. Looks like line infantry and all sorts of jazz like that. Honestly, not scared. Right, so we have a ton of artillery in the gap. Let's blow up that encampment. Can we kill that encampment? We can. Perfect. I was able to attack through my own tile somehow there. So we're slowly opening up the gap. We only have to take 1, 2, 3 cities. This should be a very quick war on the order of 6 more turns to get a full kill on our enemies here. Okay, we shoot with the furthest back artillery first. You have a promotion, but I'll attack with you anyway. Then we can kill this. Now we can move some artillery up, like you to there. It's not perfect, but it's kind of looking okay. The only thing about fighters is because they have a lot lower range, it takes them a lot longer to get to the front line. Whereas a bomber might get to the front line in like 2 to 3 turns. Fighter may take like 5 to 6. Right, let's advance our artillery as far as we can. honestly not that far, but we can still blast the hell out of this city. Can we get the kill this turn? Okay, that's perfect. The invasion is still on schedule. Poland has declared war on me. Or died? I just saw Poland, and I don't understand. Wait, what? This is Poland? What happened? Oh, Poland flipped and died. I see. Her city flipped and that killed her. Okay, so we'll use the airplane as a really effective target to soften up Tikal. Bring the tank around. Bring the tank around. Bring the tank around. Bring the tank around. Bring the RT up. Bring the RT up. RT. Bring these up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tikal is dead. Teleport a plane to the front line. And now we just need whack cab now. Can we keep railing? Can keep railroading. Our railroads go deep into enemy territory now. I'll show you the railroads in a second, actually. I think it's kind of fun to see. We do a little search for the railroads. I built literally the invasion support railroad that just goes from my capital along the route that my army took to the other side of the world. I have like a B team of railroad builders that are kind of like moving through my territory, trying to link up other cities, purely just for aesthetic reasons. It actually does not matter. Like strategically, this is a pointless micro. But I think it just, it adds a little bit of, completeness. You've got like little railway loops of things and yeah, I don't know. I like it. Oh, baby. Let's get around. So I'm hoping that this is the actual final turn, believe it or not. I think it could be. Did not take me too long to do this game. And honestly, I feel a bit sad because I didn't get to do my late game churn ramble. I didn't really have anything to ramble about. The game was just really engaging and fun, so I never got like bored and distracted instead of talking about soup. Do you know what I mean? So first things first is get the city surrounded with tanks. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 is get the 2 aircraft to attack the city. I think I already attacked with my bombers. Step 3 is get as many artillery units in range of the city as possible. Step 4 is make sure those artillery units have access to both a observation balloon and a doodly boop. So 1 blast, 2 blast. Yeah, I think this is a wrap here. That's all she wrote, baby. Game over. We win. World domination achieved. Very little left of the world's nations. I have completed the game of Caesar. And what's our ranking? Oh, this might actually have been one of my highest scores ever. Didn't quite manage to achieve Augustus Caesar level. I was a few hundred points behind there. If I had conquered, if I went back and I conquered a few more cities, I would easily hit that. We could check out the graph here. Look at that. Buildings constructed. Look how fast we were. Normally, you're so far behind on tempo, like cities captured. I want to see cities founded because that's usually the big one. Yeah, we were like on par with the AI super fast this game. Normally, you fall behind the AI really quickly. Damn, look at that. Jesus. Districts constructed just went up, dude. But you can see, this is when I was fighting all the barbs, and then this is when I actually declared war. You could just see the amount of combat happening, and then shumph, as I killed everyone. I'm curious about player culture. Yeah, my culture was really strong this game. What about my gold? Oh, you can see, I think this is the pillages, right? This is pillage, pillage turn, pillage turn, pillage turn, pillage turn, and then it was kind of like, nice. Also, my gold just stacked up and racked up, and then spend. Yeah, it was crazy. That was a crazy game. I really enjoyed that. But you could see my score shooting up from all the conquest. Total cities destroyed. I didn't actually kill any cities this game. Total units killed. Ho mama. I did a lot of combat, but not a lot of killing in the late game. The enemy just didn't really have an army. We actually somehow managed to build the most wonders that game, which is kind of baffling, to be honest with you. Bit confusing. And if you're wondering about score, the majority of score comes from like your empire, which is things like every city gives you score, every pop gives you score, stuff like that gives you score. I think every tile gives you score too. So having it, like conquering the world gets you a lot of empire score. I think though that's going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this little look at Julius Caesar. You know, he's quite a powerful guy. You know, I think having a win more button isn't necessarily the worst ability in the world, because in a situation where you're doing okay, like you're winning a little bit, this turns that little small victory into a huge victory. The problem is it doesn't really help you get to the victory unless I think the main utility here is that it's really easy for Julius Caesar to upgrade his normal warriors into legions if he can get the iron. Because normally that's the hard part when you're playing Rome, is where do you find the A, production, or B, gold? And Julius Caesar solves the gold problem in a really interesting and unique way. So I would reassess Julius Caesar as a reasonably strong leader. I don't think he's garbage. I just don't think he's very meta. I don't think he follows the meta of Civ at all, but he's not useless. And that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this game as Julius Caesar. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.